Hello, my name is Michael Minch, and I'm the director of Summit, the Sustainable Mountain Development and Conflict Transformation Global Knowledge and Action Network. A few days ago, the President of the United States, Barack Obama, said, "Today the world meets the moment, and if we follow through on our commitments that this agreement embodies, history may well judge it as a turning point for our planet." He was speaking, of course, about the ratification of the Paris Climate Agreement, which is to say that enough governments have signed on to that agreement to make it official, so that it will come into effect, at least in formal respects. When President Obama said, "if we follow through on our commitments," he said something important. It is hard enough, politically speaking, to get an agreement signed, but it is very much harder still to follow through on those commitments. That is, it is more difficult in political terms to muster the political will and move the political machinery to meet our commitments. Now, I expressly do not mean that it is difficult in a scientific or a technological or an economic sense. The fact is, we have all the capacities we need to address climate change rigorously and courageously and meaningfully. For the Paris Agreement to go into effect, we needed for governments representing 55% of the world's carbon emissions to pass the threshold, and that has been passed. 75 governments, including the world's top polluters, the United States, China, India, and the EU, have signed on. But now, the real work begins. Because I am speaking as a U.S. citizen, one of the crucial components of our current presidential election is which candidate of the two who might actually win will have adverse or valuable impact in respect to this crucial issue. Now, the Republican nominee already has stated that he would nullify the Paris Agreement and has declared that he thinks climate change is in fact a hoax started by the Chinese. Ms. Clinton, for all of her worrisome connections to Wall Street and corporate power, has declared that she takes climate change seriously and that she wants to radically reduce U.S. dependence on carbon fuels. She's declared her goal for 500,000 solar panels in the United States by 2020 and for enough electricity to be generated by renewables so that every home in the United States could be powered by those renewables in 10 years. Some, of course, will think of Ms. Clinton's proposals to be far too optimistic. But two things must be said. First, these are, of course, hard to reach goals, but they are very much worth pursuing. All of us in our personal lives seek to achieve goals that we sometimes fail to achieve. But we do not think that failing to reach our personal goals is warrant to lower our standards or our expectations. We usually just tell ourselves to do better. And second, and as the important environmental writer Bill McKibben has pointed out, Bill is also a member of the Summit Advisory Board. He wrote in the August 15th issue of the New Republic, "The United States knows how to accomplish very big and complex things in a hurry. We proved that in our response to fascism in World War II by turning our economy around on a dime to defeat enemies that threatened global well-being. And so why could we not do this again against a current enemy we face that also threatens global well-being? We face gigantic obstacles, of course, but they are political and moral. They are not technological or economic. For example, Charles and David Koch have given $19.3 million in 2013 alone to U.S. colleges and universities and gave the Catholic University of America's Business School $13 million just a very short time ago, all to promote a market view that denies the importance or even the reality of climate change and our need to respond to it meaningfully. On the other hand, The Summit Knowledge and Action Network is strategizing mediated conversations in the United States between those who are climate change skeptics and those who think of climate change as perilous. We think that commitment to honest, empathetic, science-informed, and ideology-informed discussions can be an important means of moving the United States forward so that we get beyond the impasse between skeptics and those who take climate change to be a serious threat. These dialogues can happen with trained mediators guiding them. And so this is one way we are working toward a promising future. For more information about the Summit Knowledge and Action Network, please go to our website at www.summitglobaldatabase.org. Thank you.